Holy Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides, my team of the high sign resonance, thank you for raising me out of my bed. Thank you for this Obatala Sunday, this Take a Seat Sunday. Divine masculine make it hot, divine feminine make it hot, spirit make it pop. I had to bring my smoky quartz gun out because I have to protect myself and you have to protect yourself right now because it's grimy in these streets. It's grimy. I'm telling you, just have to just stay strapped. Right? Walk with your crystals, right? Get your black tourmalines, okay? Get some uh, onyx, okay? I would get some selenite for your rooms, okay? Doesn't matter how big it is, the bigger the better, but as long as it's like somewhere, it bumps, okay? It will hit some meters, so you're good. I would get some labradorite to help with the psychic attacks in the third eye and the crown chakra. I would also get some carnelian for the sacral chakra, okay? And I would also get some lapis lazuli. That is one of my favorites, okay? That one's for the third eye and a bit of the throat. And I'd also get some adventurine, okay? That is for the heart, okay? Some green. So make sure you're doing what you need to do. If you need to get some crystals, okay? But today I wanted to like talk a little bit about like what you believe in and like decoding stuff because I came across something very interesting, right? And I want to talk about it, right? So I'm gonna leave the link in the description box below so that you can watch it yourself and see it its entirety, right? But I'm gonna break it down for you. So I went to the Renaissance concert, right? And you know how the Hierophant enjoys music. I play my music and stuff. You haven't heard it in the background for a while, right? Because I just said like I eventually was gonna stop, right? And it's interesting how things just move in its own way. But anyways, so you know how I used to bump up my music, and I still have a deep connection to music, but we all know what harmonies do to you, right? And those type of frequencies, right? And so I came across this post, and and lady was just breaking down saying how the Renaissance tour was this, that, don't go, it's a portal, and blah blah blah, right? And I'm taking it in, and it was spirits like, go talk to them about it. And I'm like, yeah, let me talk to them about it. Because I go to the comments, and there's just a bit of everything in there, right? Some people are like, oh, you're taking it too far. It's always something. Some people are saying, like, oh, she's picking Bible verses and making it work, like, making it work for her, picking shit out of the air, right? Because she went into some Psalms, right? That reflected some of the imagery and the opening of the tour, right? And the references made sense, right? And once again, like I said, I went. So me going and seeing this, I'm like, I can resonate because I know exactly what it is that I was looking at, right? So I'm looking at this post and I'm seeing now. Then this actually hit me. Somebody said that it's been a while now that the Queen Bee has shared that she is a daughter of Oshun and that she is just, in her energy and just doing her thing. And we've been seeing it for a while now in her performances and in her essence. And I was like, oh, wow. Right? So you guys hear me speak about the Orishas and the Oshun, and I resonate very closely with them. I love them dearly. They love me. And it was just so much in the one post. So I'm like, okay, so what do you believe? Right? And this is where now you're going to have to like, this season coming in with Virgo. Virgo is about a lot. Virgo holds Virgo energy, Libra energy, Scorpio energy, and Sagittarius. That's why they're mud. They're like 4 different people. Yeah? They have a lot on their plate, them Virgo signs, okay? So at this time, different philosophies are coming in. You're trying to balance yourself out. You're trying to look at things. And when I seen that, I was like, there's only one way for you to decode that. It's what you believe in. You see what I'm saying? Now, people can give you proof. The proof should be considered. It needs to be incorporated within your conclusion. So some people want to disregard proof and straight facts, and you can't do that, right? So now, where it was comfortable for some, where Psalms were taken, right? On one side, people would be like, see, there it is, Psalms, bad. Then for some, right, some people were there defending it, saying like, forget the Psalms, you're still reaching, right? Even if they seen it, they were still choosing to comment and defend, right, their case, right, and who they were there for, which was creepy. It's like, I don't care, right? Or maybe they were blind, who knows, right? But I'm also in this essence saying you shouldn't be on a side fully until your heart's there or until you have all the facts. So these people, and if you lead in this way either, it's not a wrong thing, right? Because you're following your heart. You see what I'm saying? So this is where it is. You see where I'm going with this a little bit? Hold that. So, daughter of Oshun, right? So, using, right, spirituality and religion in essence and these things to embody and you could say follow suit, right? Because if you know, right, anything about dervishas, right, this has nothing to do with manipulation, right, and literal, you could say, boom, magic, I got what I want. But it has to do, right, with forces that we do not understand, right? You come into alignment, right? You come into, I would say, a surrender, okay? Because you can't control it, right? You come in tune with it, right? So, in this opening act, right, the legs, right, you've seen it if you look, and there's the portal, right? And at this time, when I went in Toronto, right, I'm all about numbers. So everything to me is with numbers. So my birthday fell, right, on the 3rd, which was a Monday, Alegua this year, opening up the doors for me. And the concert was on a Saturday, which was the 8th, right? It was the 8th and the 9th. And I was like, am I going Saturday or Sunday? And when I heard, Oshun was like, go on Saturday, chill on Sunday. So I'm like, got you, right? So I did that. That's how I played the energy and bought my ticket to go. Because I was like, ooh, 2 dates, which one do I go to? And I don't know if I told you guys too, like, way back when, like, I would say when this album was being made, I remember Oshun told me that B was making an album, and I told you guys this story before, but it's like, I wanted to chat so bad. I wanted to just share that, just to be like, and it doesn't matter. It's not just to be like, oh, who knows she's making one or not, but it's like, that's what I got. I got the message saying she's working on one, but don't say anything. Because it was like, for Oshun and my relationship with them to see if I can keep a secret from the masses, and I did. So it was a big shock to me when I heard she dropped the Renaissance album, because I was like, oh, you were working on something, right? And it just, that connection, that intuitiveness, that vibe is what anyways. So when I went, right, the whole first opening act for me was like a love spell, because I busted a tear. The Dangerously in Love, the one-on-one, that whole set, it was nice, but I was just there sitting like this over the rail, and I'm just, all of a sudden there's like a teardrop, and I'm like, what's the issue? Because there really was no reason to. So I was like, whoa, this is how the room is going in right now? Because I get it. And don't get it twisted. Harmony is beautiful. Her vocals are, but I'm just saying it. There was nothing to really cry for, right? That was the first. And then when I saw the imagery of what it is I was looking at, it was pretty deep, right? And I understand, because this is coming from something, right, that is made before us, right? So it's kind of like, Spirit's like, okay, do you want to, I'm so funny in my unit, I could go anywhere in the world and everybody and their fucking mother will find me in this park, I tell you. I came to a new one, actually. I came out to High Park. I've never been out here before. I think Okun called me out here. I went to go on a walk, right? Hopefully you see that. That's how close it is. And that's how far I am from everything. But still find me, right? Interesting. Had to get the demo time, of course. So Spirit's like, come outside. So I came outside, and no, if I ever tell you, like, you know when you're in preschool or in like grade school, and they're telling you to like go like this and make sure you have no space, yo, If I was a whole world, there's nowhere around me, right? And the energies just always have to just like it gets to be annoying after a while because I mind my business. I like to keep to myself, so sometimes it takes me a while to even find a space to sit down and vibe, and it doesn't even friggin' matter. It's about to swear in spirits like watch your mouth on this Sunday, and I'm trying, but they just irk me. The friggin' humans in this world sometimes they're just like disgusting. Even since 2020, it's like does anybody remember certain things anymore? Right? That glitch in the matrix that just happened, it's like now we gone back, but it's like, yo, spirits like get back on track because it's about to get. Anyways, so I knew what I was watching in the beginning, and when I bust my tear, I really understood the room, right, and what was going on, and it was a good show. I enjoyed it, but I already knew, and I went to one of her shows before, right? So this was giving me, and I remember the same thing happened after that show. I went to Mrs. Carter, and I was like in a phase for like a whole like month or two, like at least a month, right? I liked her before, but it was like it was different afterwards, and I was in my company then, so dancing like it was just different. It was like oh, right? So this time again going, right? I kind of seen it, but with my evolution within myself, right? I don't gravitate to such things. I never did easily, but in this, right, new timeline, I'm a lot stronger. So I was on top of this more this time. As much as I enjoyed it, it wasn't in that you could say the not knowing why. It was like a high the first time I went a couple years ago, right? But this time, it was like you took a hit and it didn't do nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? Much less you be like, yeah, I enjoyed that. That was nice, right? It's like, would you do it again, right? And this is where you have to understand too, where it's like I'm catching the energy of this time where it's like reliving moments, right? Because I went, right? But it's like there's an energy of like, oh, I wish I could go back, or can't get over going, where it's like it's already gone. So you have to absorb things in life and move on. You could remember them. This is coming into Cancer energy with the nostalgic this, where it's kind of like things could be restricting you from moving forward in life because of how you experienced it. Could have been so great. Some things are so devastating, but in this essence, it's because sometimes you're not really aware of the powers and the forces that are at control at that time. You get what I'm saying? So this was just a concert, but these things are a lot more, right? They're just that, portals, right? So in that essence, it was just more blatant to see the circle, the legs, and we're going into this portal. And at that time, this was August 8th, going into the 8/8 portal. Do you see where I'm going with this? Like, so I was on top of it this month. So the divine feminine energy that's coming in, and this is why for months now I've been resonating with you. I'm kind of sharing this energy, not because I'm telling you to be like her, you have to, but you see this Oshun energy that we're resonating with. If there's anybody that I would ever say, if I had a daughter and there was anybody in the music industry that I would say to be in their own, it would be like OBB, right? For example, right? I'm saying that because the feminine energy and how the masculine energy, like the examples out here at the moment, I'm just saying nothing's like, there's a degree of savagery, right, that is out there right now that's too much. You see that savage TikTok when she danced, like that's enough savage that I think I would allow, like, my daughter at this time to live. That's why I'm just like, know who it is that you are referencing at times, because people don't understand like the literal like pulls that they're getting from idolizing, right? You can enjoy these things, but you have to really take it in, right? I love me SZA's album, right? Control, to the point where I was like so fearful of her, because I was like, yo, what are you gonna do, right? Because you can't come back here, and if you don't outdo this album, then you're screwed, right? That's the way I looked at it, and that's why it took her so long to drop another album, because to outdo Control would be a lot, right? So she came back and it was SOS, and I wasn't feeling it, In January, and I'm just taking in the album now because I'm in a space now where it's kind of like I can resonate with this needing saving energy, right? And I understand the saving souls at this time. So I'm like, let me take this in. But in January, I refused. I was like, I wasn't appreciative of how she came out because I was like, last time you were in control, I didn't know that you needed saving. You feel me? So I'm like taking it in, and it's a nice album, right? But this is where again where I'd be like, you have to resonate, right, for it to be something to you, right? So this is where we have to be very, very careful now, right, going into this next season of what's going in the ears at this time, right? And I don't know why this message is coming through right now, but I'm just right. We gotta be very careful of what's going through the ears at this time, right? Because it's like, it's very powerful, and it's been on repeat. So you gotta think about what it is that you've been on repeat with. You see what I'm saying? And male or female, we're both energy. So it doesn't matter what you listen to as far as the gender. It's about what that is giving off, right? There's a fluidity. But once again, there's a harmony, right? And there's also a bridge, right? Like there's like the layers in one track, right? And this is a track tracking you, right? The music timelines track you, how you feel. Like you're like, I'm feeling like this, so let me jump over here. Like I'm just telling y'all right now, like you don't have to believe everything, but I want you to really start like using all these things in life now that are coming to you to guide you through your spirituality, because it's all interconnected. And then back to what I was saying with her, I don't think she's doing anything wrong. She's using a leading energy in her way. Who she's serving makes her rich in material, in money. You see what I'm saying? But her gift and what she's doing and how she looks and how it's giving off to me, oh, it's pure. And you see what I'm saying? It's honey. Pure honey, Oshun. You see where we're going with this? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and rob anybody from what they're doing. That's one thing I'm like, I've never been a hater in those ways, right? If anything, I look at it and be like, oh, you have audacity, right? Because some people will do, and this is what it is. But it's like, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, hey, okay, cool, right? Do I like it or not, right? So don't make anybody like shun you, and in this world for things that you like based upon their beliefs and stuff. This is going back to what it is. You see what I'm saying? Because no, I don't like. Everybody has their trust me. In this realm, trust me. So everybody has their thing. So I don't like when unless you're ready to go on the stand, right? The talking is just. Unless you're ready to go on the stand, then that means you're ready to defend the case. And that means there's something more here, right? I'll defend fucking cases. I'm not going to go around here and talk shit. I'll meet you in court. Like, you know what I mean? That spiritual court shit. Done with the long talking. Like, we could talk it out to make a plan to go to court. You see what I'm saying? Because when my Sean go, we all go with, right? But it's just like, I really appreciate authentic people, right, at this time. And even people like Tinashe, my Aquarius opposite Leo. Who's a Leo? J-Lo is trying all her life, baby. She's been trying all her life, right? And this Aquarius, when she first signed up, right, she signed up for who's she with in the beginning? Oh, I can't remember. When she was by herself in the beginning, she was just making music in her room. That was marvelous. Then, right, she decided to sign up with who was it? It was the worst mistake of her life. They had her running up and down on freaking school buses and back of this and just doing every freaking park concert. I'm like, Tinashe, this is not you, right? And then boom, she went to, I think Def Jam took her for a little bit. She kind of cleaned herself up, and now I think she's back solo. And Tinashe, he just has, because you see that Aquarius, she knows her talent, she knows her worth, right? But you see, she also tried to do it, right? for the like I would say for the gram. Like she didn't need to, but I think she's one artist that got a real understanding of like, okay, this is not for me, and I don't need this to be this. Cause she's amazing. She's creative. She's like I'm really like those are artists that you I would say you want to go and check their library. Go and go peep them. Right? Artists like that have been in the industry that don't really get all of that attention in that way, but trust me, they should be getting attention because they're actually given, right? You could say their rites of passage to be on the same level, but some people just, it's who you know. Spirit's like, it's who you know, man. It's who you know. Page of Wands came through. This Page of Wands is giving me like who you know. It's kind of like this is your way to the top. The Chariot, yeah. Knight of Cups, can't make this up. Yeah, this is like your way to the top. I told you don't know how people do certain things to get up to the top, right? 2 of Wands, 10 of Wands, right? 5 of Pentacles, the Hermit, yeah. I'm seeing somebody that will do anything. This is giving me some hustlers energy. Back to this J-Lo. I'm getting hustlers. This is giving me hustlers. This is what it's giving me. It's giving me hustlers. 6 of Cups. Page of Pentacles. High Priestess. Knight of Wands. Yeah, this is somebody that you know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling some real from a youth. You've been having to make make ends meet in a certain way, but I'm getting some real desperate energy in here, and I'm gonna end the read right here saying, no, you're friggin' not. You're not. I need you to walk away from whatever this. We'll revisit this. Ashe, don't do it. Ashe, don't do it.